welcome back to the Arnette Report. And as promised, I've got Ron Wills from Global CEO with me, and you're going to want to listen to what he has to say. Ron, welcome to the show.
Thank you, Jeff.
So a lot of folks know you from the business and banking community and stuff, but tell us a little bit about how you got into the concept of this Global CEO.
Well, the company is Global CEO Solutions, and we're a CEO advisory, a change management, and a business turnaround company. And you know, it came from 35 years working with the business community in the Washington and Baltimore region. And through that experience, we partnered up with Arnette LeBeau from Enterprise Transformation Solutions. And our goal is to go out and help small to mid-market size companies improve their operations.
If I asked you, how do people benefit from this working with you, what would you say?
Well, one of the things that I think you and I both have noticed is everybody demands instant answers today. You know, it used to be if you ordered something, if you got it in 6 weeks, that was doing pretty good. Now we expect it to be delivered the same day, or you know, at the latest the next day. So what we've done is we've taken this concept of doing assessments for businesses and tried to streamline them to be as efficient as possible. So within as little as 15 minutes of a CEO or an owner's time, we're able to assess a company's status in 5 critical areas: their customers, their processes, their staff, communication, and their branding. And so through this analysis, that with very little time commitment of the business owner, we're able to show them a path where they can take their company. First of all, what they usually find out is that there's a number of hidden areas of problems that they didn't even know about. So by taking this, we provide a very visual report that shows you immediately where the potential problem areas are.
Now, does that enable them to develop a little more clear picture about how the different divisions that you mentioned affect the overall outcome of production?
Absolutely. We designed these assessments to be very, very flexible. So their situation, let's take a company with 200 people. We can assess at different levels in that company, and we can provide this amazing report that shows the alignment or lack of alignment between the top staff all the way down through management levels, down to, say, their sales staff, and whether everybody is speaking the same language in the company. Absolutely mind-blowing for a lot of the owners that we've given these reports to, because it shows them a glimpse in their company that they haven't seen before.
And this is a spin-off of, or the result of having this assessment.
Oh, absolutely. What we do with these assessments, and we have several of them, but the one that I would just talk to you about, the basic business assessment, we want it to be very easy to take, but able to identify those critical areas where you need some potential action taken. What we do when we provide these reports, the owner can then take that report and develop their own plan of action without needing our services. If that's what they want to do, that's absolutely fine. We can also provide a report with them and actually take them through the change processes. What we're finding, Jeff, is that by taking these assessments and following a plan of action from them, they can easily see a 10 to 20% profit improvement in as little as 60 to 90 days. You can start to see those changes happening. It is, and again, and remember, today everybody expects things to happen quickly. And that's what we've done. We've geared this so that you can see those results very, very quickly. They get that immediate gratification, that immediate satisfaction out of seeing those results happen.
Now, once you've experienced that and they see how this has worked in a very short period of time, are they then more receptive to longer term goals and progress that needs to be made in increasing the amount of management or decreasing the amount?
Great question, because what happens, Jeff, what's so nice about doing the assessment, we go in, we do the assessment right up front. Let's say 3 to 6 months, they start seeing the operational improvement. We can reassess at that point. Now we can compare what's changed and what hasn't changed. So they can easily see areas, departments, divisions, whatever. They can see areas that haven't adopted the changes yet and haven't taken that extra step, that they need to take. So, but it's visual. They know it right away, and they now know where to put their next amount of effort in to
well, it sounds like the owners themselves can start detecting problems. So you've educated them on what to look for?
We have a slogan that says, "Together, powerful solutions." This is all done with the owner and the owner's top staff, so that everybody's involved. We work together every step of the way, so that everyone becomes educated about the process, about the ways to improve the operational procedures of the firm, and to make these changes. So it's, by working together like that, it becomes, as we say, powerful solutions come out of it.
Let's talk about results for a minute. I mean, you probably work with a wide variety of organizations. What are some of the typical results that pop up that kind of surprise the owners?
Well, we have we are what we say we're industry agnostic. That means there isn't any particular vertical that this doesn't work for us. So we give you an example of a automotive restoration firm. Mm-hmm. Wonderful firm, had some of the best branding that you can imagine, but they had some operational issues. The productivity of their staff was in the 30% range. I mean, it was
Wow.
a real problem. And what I say is, we'll give you you will see these dramatic changes happen, but we often don't know where they're going to come and what was the ultimate reason. Mm. In this case, we set up a communication system. The employees had never understood the goals of the company. They never understood the importance of the quality of work all the way through the process.
They didn't have the big picture?
They did not have the big picture. And by bringing those employees into the process, having them understand the goals of the seniors, the company itself, the brand, the vision, and so forth, and then having these regular weekly meetings that gave them feedback, they were able, in less than 90 days, they were able to improve their productivity by another 35 to 40%. And that, we see that over and over again.
Well, in a case like that, when the employees are actively now involved in giving some feedback, do they sometimes have good ideas about how to make improvements now that they're involved in the process?
Once you bring employees into the process, you find out things that you never would have if you didn't ask the question. And I can't tell you how many companies don't take the time to ask their employees ways that they think that the company can operate more efficiently, or how can you do your job better? What could we do to help you, employee, do your job better? By doing so, in this particular case, because it was automotive, it was a matter of having the tool sets and so forth near at hand on rollers that can be moved around. Minor things, but it's amazing. You get a 35 to 40% productivity increase. You can imagine how it impacts the bottom line profitability of the firm.
How does this ever lead to engagement of the employees with some type of reward system, some kind of bonus structure if they meet certain goals? Does something like that work at all?
There's so many ways of ultimately providing benefits to employees, but we like to see an incentive system built in that works from the very concept of the customer's value proposition. So why the customer would ever pick your firm in the first place, what the customer expects. So when you start to build that framework of of an incentive system around the customer and around your brand and your vision for your company, it's amazing how things start to align. Customers now, you remember, you look on Yelp and so forth, and those numbers go up from 3.5 or 3 up to 4, 4.5, because your customers now start to understand the important, not your customers, your employees understand the importance of your customers. So absolutely, by bringing them and getting them involved in this process, and that's why we look at customers and branding in this processes. We look at ways to make it more efficient for the workload to get through your company, one way or another.
Let's talk about your company, Global CEO Solutions, and take a look at that for a second. There's got to be people wondering how in the world, because you're handling such a wide diversity of businesses, how in the world do people find you?
We're visible in several different areas. One, let's go to the basics. LinkedIn, if you look up Ron Wills or Global CEO Solutions, we're there, and you'll find us. You can obviously also go to www.globalceosolutions.com. But we are also very active in providing workshops for business owners that give them real practical guides, and we market those throughout the Washington and Baltimore region. So we're very active in the community, and people can find us.
And you host a breakfast periodically, don't you?
I have started back in 2008 the National Association of Business Owners and Entrepreneurs. And this group is a nonprofit organization solely to support business owners in small to mid-market sized companies in this region. And then through that, we do monthly breakfast meetings, and we do a lot of workshops, all geared to help the business owner.
And we've run the website for Global CEO Solutions, and so if someone suspects and they just want to kind of open a conversation, you can do that with them.
And I'm happy to provide my phone number as well. It's 301-873-0448, and love to have a conversation and love talking about business.
Well, there's your invitation to get it right from the horse's mouth, and Ron's a great guy to do that with. Thanks so much for stopping by, and hopefully we'll get you back again and talk a little bit more about what makes that click. Thanks for stopping by, and you can get a hold of our guests at the end of the reel there, and thanks for coming by. Talk to you later.